Don't cram 20 people on Zoom.
Fluorescent lighted office all day long. You probably are going to work from home.
Hello and welcome to No Office, a podcast about work, technology, and life from a remote company perspective. And this remote company is Nozbe, and CEO of Nozbe is Michael Sliwinski, who is also my good friend, and I'm joined by him as always. Hello, Michael, how are you?
Hey, and the host of the podcast is our VP of Product, Rafal Sobolewski. Hey, Rafal.
Hey, Happy New Year, Michael. So that's the first episode of 2022. How was your Christmas break?
Yeah, it was different because because of the, so I would like to wish all the health you can have for this next year, because I think health should be the most important, should be the priority for all of us for 2022. And because of that, we decided not to visit our parents, not to visit our family in our hometown and stay where we live with my family because of the COVID cases, because of the whole situation, and because we were about to be vaccinated, and about to vaccinate our kids. And because of all that, we decided to stay. So it was a staycation, but we did take time off for 3 weeks, which was glorious. And I must say, it was a very nice staycation. So we played with the girls. We went biking or cycling, however you want to call it, or we went, walking, just enjoying our family, playing board games. And I think because I always have this pressure to travel somewhere, and now because of the situation, traveling is not that much recommended. I believe I realized how cool it is also to chill and just have a staycation and just, spend a few hours of the day just completely chilling. Like everybody's just doing their thing and just chilling, but then do something together and mix both. So I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah. I think that's very important to have this kind of let ourselves to really chill out, do nothing, not to focus or what do I have to do now, or any homework or etc. Even not only work related stuff, but just to chill, let your brain rest for thinking, analyzing stuff. And yeah, I also did that. And it was very, very cool. And I have many thoughts to this chilling mode. Let my brain to have many thoughts about how my previous year was and what I want to do in the next year. So this Saturday and probably the next Saturday also, I will focus on writing it down to do a proper yearly review. And I think what do you plan to do about your yearly review? Because I remember you are always going with your wife somewhere into nice hotel, etc.
Yes. So we are doing that definitely. So one of the things that Christmas also means presents, right? Gifts and stuff. And we also managed to dial down on the gifts. So we didn't give lots of gifts to many people. Also didn't give too many gifts to the children, so they're not overwhelmed with the gifts. Also, we agreed in our family, this is the first, no more gifts for adults. So adults don't give gifts to other adults. That's it. That's the policy right now. And so it means the whole stress of buying gifts for my mom, for my mother-in-law, for everyone, or just getting another sports T-shirt from my mother-in-law again, none of that, right? So this is very good. But one of the things that our nanny gave us and gives us every year, and we love this gift every year, and we like to repeat this gift, is that she says, "I will not buy you anything. Just plan your weekend with your wife. I'm staying with your kids." For free.
Oh.
So, this is the best gift ever, because having a nanny for a weekend costs lots of money. And if our nanny says she's going to do it for free for us as a gift, it's fantastic. So she already said that, and we are already planning. We usually plan, and we're going to do it very similarly this year in the beginning of February. or sometime in February to have a longer weekend. And this time she even like upgraded the gift. She said, you can leave on Thursday to have a longer weekend.
Whoa.
So, man, this is going to be glorious. Like to have a longer weekend with my wife without the 3 kids. And by the way, today my eldest turns 13. So I have a 13-year-old. I have a teenager in my house. Crazy stuff. So, and I recommend this to people, like give experiences. And for us, like the nanny's gift is one of the best gifts ever that we can have. And that's why, yes, we are planning this. But before this weekend with my wife, I always do my personal planning. So just as a preparation for the weekend that I want to just discuss, with things to discuss with my wife. So I managed to almost entirely plan my year. So my annual planning. Like in the meantime, I was just 1 hour here, 1 hour there. Like again, it wasn't a goal for this vacation. It was just I wanted to like take time to do it. So we'll discuss it maybe if we have the time to at the end of the show about my plans for next year. But yes, I managed to do it, and I also managed to almost finished importing my old blog, Sliwinski.com, to Michael.team, so to my new blog, updating the posts, reviewing the posts, and being surprised that myself from 2011, 2012 was pretty smart. I was writing pretty smart things back in the day. So, and also I posted on my blog the best posts of 2012. So best posts from a decade ago. And it's surprising how many of these posts still hold true or have impacted me 10 years ago. Like, for example, in 2012, I started working standing, just like I am now. In 2012, I started going iPad only, which I'm doing now. So, like, many things started at 10 years ago and are still going strong, which is surprising and cool.
Whoa, yeah. 2012 was an awesome year for me as well. Like, we have Euro 2012 in Poland. It was the huge deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. It's been 10 years. Like I don't know when it's passed. It feels like it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And the following year, you started working with me.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, I was using Nozbe 10 years ago.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, speaking of using Nozbe, I think, you mentioned this to us on Monday, but coming back from vacation to work can be really tricky because, like, on the first day after your vacation, you will have many things to catch up.
Yeah, and the way we do it now in Nozbe Teams is glorious. These are the small features that normally people don't care about that much, but after like 3 weeks of completely not looking at Nozbe tasks, going back to Nozbe Teams was fantastic because I had, for example, 100 or 200 items in activity, right? And like 15 or 20 incoming tasks. So you think, overwhelming, lots of stuff to catch up. But actually, no, because all I had to do was review the incoming first. So the people, the tasks that really concern me, where people mention me or delegate stuff to me, like this kind of stuff, and it was like 15, 20 tasks. Okay, but then when I go to activity, we have this first part is like tasks you're responsible for, and then second section, tasks you have participated in, and it was perfect because I just cleared these tasks first. So I went through tasks I was responsible for, like there were additional comments or something, and then tasks where I participated in to see what's going on in the tasks that I cared about before going for holidays. And I did that, and and I haven't cleared everything, but I was kind of caught up already. I knew what's going on. So it was surprising that it didn't take me like the whole day to catch up, to know what's going on in the company. It took me an hour. So nice.
Yeah, this is really nice when Nozbe tells you, actually puts in incoming and on top of activity, so exactly into your face the most important stuff, the stuff you are waiting for your feedback, and the stuff you probably the most probable interested in to read what happened. So that's really nice. These two things, like incoming and the sections in the activity, are my favorite features of Nozbe, actually.
Yeah, I mean, so just today, yesterday and the day before yesterday, I already had lots of customer interviews scheduled, of course, because like I was away for 3 weeks, so everything piled up that people wanted to meet with me on Tuesday, on Thursday, and on Wednesday, and some of the customers are business customers who have bigger teams, and they are still using Nozbe Personal, but are right now contemplating migrating to Nozbe Teams because Nozbe Teams is already like very feature powerful. And they were and they asked me, and then there was a very nice meeting with customer. So meetings with customer, I explain them in my book. I schedule them, every week. And usually
we also have a dedicated episode how to talk to customers.
Exactly.
I think we will link it in the show notes.
Yes. So sometimes just one customer shows up, but sometimes, for example, the whole management board shows up. Like 2-3 people from the management of the company. They want to talk to me. They want to just meet me and talk to me. And this was the case. There was like 3 people from the management of the company showed up for this meeting. And they said that they were exploring Nozbe Teams, and then they were asking about future features. And of course, I was promising them everything, so you're gonna kill me.
Michael.
No, but I was just talking about what we're doing and they wanted to know exactly our thought process, why we built Nozbe Teams, what's different between Nozbe Teams and Nozbe Personal. And one of them asked me, so Michael, one feature, what's your favorite one feature that's differentiating, Nozbe Personal from Nozbe Teams? What's your one favorite one? And before I answered, the other management, manager answered, I can tell you, it's incoming. And I was like, damn straight, yeah. You're right. Like I could, and he explained to the other guy like why incoming is so great. And then I just basically reiterated this. I just basically confirmed that he's right. Like incoming is the best feature. It's a single best feature of Nozbe Teams if we have to just put one.
Yeah, like if a customer can explain why our thought process, actually that means that we did something great.
Yes. So it was a very surprising and very nice moment for me. I really enjoyed it. And so yeah, Rafal, they agree with you. Customers agree with you. After testing Nozbe Teams and seeing the difference, they see the light at the end of the tunnel. But again, this is something that we will be, doubling down maybe more in the future. This fact that Nozbe can somehow, thanks to how you work in Nozbe, filter out what's really important for you right now. And because this is like the key, and this is why also I started when one of the things I did start during this staycation is the fact that I always read again Essentialism by Greg McKeown, my favorite book, and I read it every year. This is my New Year's tradition. Every year before the New Year, when I start my annual planning, I put in Audible again the Greg McKeown, and I'm listening to him explaining me that I should focus on the essentials because I just need this. I'm a yes man, so I need this information again, how to focus on what's essential, how to say no to great opportunities, to focus on the best opportunities, all that stuff.
Yeah, actually, I'm thinking about it right now. Maybe we should call it incoming essentials.
Yes.
That would also work. But okay, let's not change it right now when customers.
I'm going to contact Greg. Maybe he will want to, be interviewed on this podcast. This would be glorious.
Yep. All right, so let's jump into geeky stuff. You talked about Christmas gifts. I got one really great
from Apple.
Oh, actually, yeah. No, because it wasn't a gift. It was just what I ordered. It yes. happened to come just after the Christmas, the Monday of 27th day of December.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, and man, I love this computer. Like, it's I don't know how to describe it, but I'm so happy about having this computer. And like when I opened it for the first time, I thought, "Whoa, this screen is huge. Is it really 14 inch, not 16 inch?" Because like for the past 3 years, I was accustomed to this laptop form factor to use 11-inch iPad Pro. So
Okay.
so comparing to this, the difference is really huge. Yeah, and I noted out some nitpicks, my observations about using it for like 2 weeks now. So first of all, I forgot how good trackpad is on MacBook, because like I had trackpad in Magic Keyboard for iPad, but it's not it's not the same. Like trackpad on Magic Keyboard for iPad is very loud comparing to this one on MacBook.
Yeah.
So it was that loud that when I was working on iPad like early morning when my fiance was sleeping, I didn't use the trackpad. I just touching the screen.
Yeah, but you can change that. You can change that in settings on iOS, and I did it. That you can tap now. You don't have to click.
Yeah, but I don't like tapping.
Okay.
I'm not at that, like it's because when I set it to tapping, like there was like some accidental taps that I didn't want. So
Okay.
and on MacBook I can press the trackpad and it's really quiet, so it's not a problem. So that's that was just one of the first thing I noticed. Yeah, and still opening screen feels amazing. Like the whole construction, the whole mechanism of the clamp, it just opens, and when I stop opening it, stop putting the pressure, it just stays exactly in that place. It doesn't wobble. Like
Yeah.
like I know like MacBooks was like this for many years now, but that's something I rediscovered.
Okay.
yeah it and it was really nice. Display is awesome. Animations are so smooth. I noticed it that it's in some places that it's 120 hertz.
Okay.
The black is really black, and the screen is like it's just joy to look on. Yeah, and I put it in the center of my desk to use it as a main screen, but we will get to it later.
Okay.
Yeah, and speaking more about the design, like the whole design, the form factor, like I think I used to have MacBook Air, a MacBook 12-inch, and MacBook Pro 15-inch. So this one is actually one I have never had before, and yeah, I think this is the perfect the perfect size. It's not too heavy to use it on my laps, to just take it and use it on kitchen table and so on. And design, it's like it's so beautiful. Like it's both smooth, thin enough, but not that thin as MacBook Air with this.
With this wedge, shape.
With the shape, but somehow it tells you that it has a power. It has a horsepower to do some serious stuff. The design itself, and I really like it. I love the notch. And I will not talk about notch anymore because all the notch discussions are pointless. Battery is amazing. It's just something I like. I haven't been able to test it very hard because like I don't travel much right now because of COVID. But still, like battery is something I don't look at it. Like I just don't care about battery because when I'm at desk, I connect it to external display with USB-C and it's charging. And when I take it to kitchen table, it's always like I think I never had a battery below 50% for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, camera. Finally, the webcam is, as you can see, because I'm recording it. I deliberately choose to record this episode of podcast with this built-in MacBook's camera to show you the difference. So if you are a listener and want to see how it looks like, you can go to our YouTube channel to see the recording. And as you can see, I applied on the macOS level portrait mode effect. And it's quite nice, but if you were wearing headphones like like us right now, it just doesn't blur the space between my head and headphones, which looks kind of creepy. But still, like my face is pretty well light. The background is not overexposed. That's the magic of image signal processing on this computer. So I really like it, and so I think it's the quality of this picture is good enough for recording a podcast while traveling. I don't have to think about carrying another camera.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of the video that I see right now is very similar to my Logitech Brio camera, and Logitech Brio is 4K and all that stuff, but it's the quality is very similar. So it's
like the
it's
resolution is not the most important part. Like if it's 1080p, that's good enough, and others like the light is the most important. Actually,
just go to nooffice.fm/live, and you will. And if you will see this episode, you will see the video feed, and you will see Rafal in his glory with the new webcam. And I already when we met after I came back from holidays, I uploaded that I like your new setup in the sense that I like the light that you have in the office. That you're right now really finally taking advantage of the light that you have.
Yeah, and actually I have another piece of light in my office. That was another Christmas gift, but we will get to it. And going back to the MacBook, like again, it's something that it shouldn't give me so much joy, but the ports are amazing. Like I've already used the HDMI port and SD card reader, and it, like comparing to a couple of years experience of using dongles, it just feels great to just connect directly the cable to the machine without any dongle, and like it's just like now for example importing photos from my camera has lower barrier of entry.
Yes,
because I just take off SD card and put it into MacBook, and that's it. And it felt great. And actually during Christmas break we watched some TV shows, and we connected via HDMI to 4K Samsung TV to watch TV shows. This MacBook, and now it was. Previously, we always used iPad, but now it was like no-brainer because MacBook has HDMI port, so we don't have to use any dongle. And what's interesting, we connected it to this huge 4K Samsung TV, which is not the newest. It's the TV from like 2017, I think. But still, the sound of the speakers of MacBook was nicer for us than the sound of speakers of the huge TV. so yeah, that's how we watch the shows, like video on the TV, huge TV, but the speakers from MacBook.
Yes. So you've been basically exiled from the dongle town.
Yes. Like finally, like I have this one dongle that I used always for my MacBook Adoro board and for MacBook 16-inch, and after that for iPad. Maybe I will use it someday. So I have it just in case, because there's still some USB-A stuff to be connected.
Yeah.
But man, like it's very nice to not to have think about battery, about dongles, about RAM or CPU usage. Right now we are streaming it live, and like I don't care if I have many apps opened, how my if I have many browsers open, etc. But previously on iMac, before streaming, I had to close everything that wasn't necessary for the recording to make sure that CPU will be fine. Actually, let me check activity monitor. We will see how it's used right now. So CPU load right now is about 10-15%. Memory use, it's 22 gigabytes out of 32. Yeah, so it's all green actually.
Yeah, it's all nice.
Yeah, and one bad thing I noticed because I was wondering if I can use this MacBook Pro as kind of charging hub for my devices when traveling. And I test this, and when for example, during the night, I connected the MacBook to the charger, this MagSafe charger, and use the Thunderbolt ports on the MacBook to connect my Apple Watch, iPad, and iPhone. Yeah, and Apple Watch and iPhone were charged, but iPad no. iPad cannot be charged from MacBook when MacBook is sleeping. Apparently, there's not enough power. So yeah, it's a pity. But yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Okay, so I'm very happy that your MacBook Pro arrived safely and you love it. That's great. This is so funny that because I'm using my iPad 13-inch, I'm not craving for the new MacBook Pro. So I did test the MacBook Pro in Apple Store, but I don't need it, so I didn't buy it. So great. So let's maybe take a break and introduce our sponsor, and then after the sponsor break, we could show the room where it happens, the pictures of your room, and we can discuss your home setup.
The impact that MacBook Pro had on my desk setup.
I mean, this is the best thing ever. You get a new device, and as a geek, you have this problem that you love. This problem to rearrange your whole home office. This is such a big problem. It's such a good problem to have, and this is such a problem, a good problem to enjoy.
Yeah, like I will go to my office for 1 hour to just arrange stuff, and then I spent the whole day. Then took a quick picture, posted on Twitter, and it was my best tweet ever. There was so much discussion that okay, let's talk about it on the podcast. So let's take a break now, and we will get back to it right away. So Novice Podcast is sponsored by Nozbe Teams, a to-do app that helps small teams do great things. Let's hear what Nozbe customers say about the product.
When we've been around for about 10 years, our business has, and we've been using Nozbe for about 8 of those years. And as we grew, we kind of got to the point where I just couldn't remember everything anymore. I'm pretty organized. I would just kind of keep everything in my head and with Post-it notes and things like that. And it just got to be too much. And so I started looking around for some sort of project management software that could help me set up really a trusted system. But really, I just wanted a system where I could know that I had everything in there. I wasn't going to forget anything. I wasn't going to drop any balls for our clients or miss deadlines.
All right, and we are back. Let's talk about my desk setup.
Wow.
Yeah, this is updated photo. It's not that I posted on Twitter last week. And for those of you who are listening audio version, there's the podcast chapter artwork with this, and all the photos will be also in the show notes. So yes, as I said, like this 14-inch display is so awesome that I made a decision to make it my main display, at least for now, because my external monitor is only full HD, so it's not good for my eyes to read and write text using it. It's fine as a second additional monitor to just display some reference material, but to work, to create, write stuff, it's you always want to have the best screen possible to just when you are focusing on something, it really needs to be a good quality to just for your health. We are not getting younger.
No.
Yeah. So this is how it looks like. It's the MacBook Pro on a tray on this Bios-on ARM, but I already talked about it in previous episodes. And on the right side there is this full HD 24-inch monitor, and I have iPad on the left side of the MacBook as like additional space if I need it. Currently, when we are recording this episode, I don't have iPad attached there because I'm fine with the Windows I need. I can have it only on those two monitors. So it's fine. But for example, when we'll be doing Nozbe product vlog, yes, that would be helpful to have, for example, Slack opened on the iPad, connected via Sidecar to see if there are some messages from the team that maybe I said something bad or etc.
Okay.
So and MacBook is elevated to the eye level, and that's really good for ergonomics. But still, my goal is to buy a 27-inch display because I missed this display from my iMac, which I put it on sold. It's not sold yet. But hopefully will be sold. Actually, I visited during Christmas break. I visited Leon, our Android developer. And he has this setup with a 15-inch MacBook Pro. And next to it, he has 4K 27-inch display. And next to it, he has ultra-wide 1440 display. So
the gaming display.
He has like the huge workspace. And I tested my MacBook Pro with his 4K 27-inch display, and it was good enough. Like, of course, it's not that great as 5K iMac, but I tested it, tried to read some text, tried to write something, and it's good enough. So I think I will be buying some 27-inch 4K display and not to wait for Apple's fancy monitors, because I will probably save some money and it will be good enough. So there's that, but for now it is what it is, and it looks awesome because apparently people on Twitter love this setup, how it looks. So this is this display situations. I still using Magic Keyboard that's from my iMac. So I will have to switch it when I sell it to some. But like 1 year ago, I have this Keychron Key One mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, that's right.
And I find out that I type faster on the Magic Keyboard.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but this is what it is, and so I will be probably buying the new Magic Keyboard or maybe some Logitech keyboard like this. I don't know yet. But for now, I'm using this as long as I have it. Of course, MX Master 3, which is, we already talked about this mouse. And I think the most interesting part of my setup is that how I attached this iPad next to the MacBook, because it is attached on the actually monitor microphone arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can move, so I can just put it in the position I need it. For example, when I have my personal training via FaceTime with my trainer,
Yeah.
I use actually iPad on this arm, and I put it like closer to me on this arm, and use it as a FaceTime device to do some training. And it's really nice with this. How is this feature called when the camera follows you?
Yeah, and
Center stage.
Center stage, exactly.
Yeah, so center stage for this kind of use is quite cool, because like it just the camera is very wide, so and it follows me, so it's nice for exercising, and my trainer can see me for the whole time. But sometimes it's tricky because it optimizes for tracking your face, not the whole body, and sometimes my trainer needs to see my legs, not the face. Yeah, so I have to be clever about it and be far away from the iPad, that from the camera, that the maximal zoom is the way that my whole body is still in the frame. And how it's connected, because I've also received after New Year finally my Peak Design Mobile pack of accessories. So the iPhone case and all the magnetic accessories, and one of these accessories is magnetic mount from Peak Design, which is like wall mount. You just put it on the wall or something, and you can snap your iPhone there. So I had this microphone arm, so I attached to it some smartphone holder, like generic smartphone holder from Joby, and put it there, the old smartphone Nexus 5.
Yes.
With the back front to me. Let me show the photo. It will be, of course, as a chapter as well for audio version. So here it is. And the wall mount is glued to the back of the Nexus 5.
Yes.
And that way I can connect my iPhone there. And also iPad, because I bought this moffed invisible tablet stand that has magnets inside.
Yes.
So I can just snap the iPad in the portrait or landscape orientation there, and it just stays there. And it's super cool. Like, let me show you how it looks. When iPad is connected, it looks like
cool.
This. This is I'm really. I was planning to do it for months right now, but still waiting for this Peak Design Kickstarter campaign to finally ship. And it was like I think the original date was May 2021, and I got it on January 2022.
This is what happens with Kickstarters now.
It was worth waiting, because the gadgets are awesome. All right, so let's go back to the desk.
Okay, so just as a break, I would like to share my because in the last episode you asked me about my monitor Thunderbolt display. So speaking of displays, I wrote a blog post. If you go to michael.team/display, and we'll add it in the show notes, then where I explain the many lives of this display. And this display, and you asked me, what is it doing on my wall? And I said, I had no clue. And I just put it there because it's nice, and I think I'm going to find a use. So I did find a use. I just had to buy. So I'm explaining the 10 lives of this display. I mean, 7 lives of this display. And what I did was I connected it to via Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 dongle. Speaking of dongles, and this way I can connect it to my iPad 13-inch. So as you can see, it's connected to my iPad 13-inch, and it can serve as an external display for my iPad 13-inch, but also as a very big display and nice display for YouTube or Netflix or anything I want to watch. And very often I do need to watch some YouTube videos, for my work, and this is then it makes it really really nice. So this way I'm
this is like Anya. So are you watching YouTube again? I'm working, honey.
Very important work, and especially here I'm watching Travel Noah's news, so it's very important for work. Yeah. So this is a really a cool thing that I can still use this 10-year-old display and use it here with my new iPad Pro using this dongle and then Thunderbolt dongle, and it works. It works beautifully. And this display is not Retina, but from that far away, I don't really care. It's good enough, and especially for videos, it's really very well done. So I was afraid that I would have to throw this away, but I didn't have to. So that was good. So there's my update from my home office.
Yeah. So it's actually I took an inspo from you, and you use it like that. My Nexus 5 to be a holder for the Walmart.
Yeah, and speaking of Moft, the company that you mentioned, I'm right now using this Moft wallet for the iPhone. Right, so it works just like the Apple wallet, snaps using the to the MagSafe rings. And the cool thing about this wallet is that it's not thicker than the Apple wallet, but what it does have, it has a stand, just like the stand that you mentioned on your MacBook and your iPad. This way, I can have I can put the iPhone like this, so supported like this, or even again watching YouTube for work, I can put it like this and watch something.
Yeah, so it works both on portrait and landscape.
Yes, because the MagSafe magnets are strong enough, and so very cool wallet from Moft, something that I'm using right now.
Yeah. So
right.
actually, Moft and Peak Design are my 2 best companies for accessories right now. But that's the whole another story, because I have plenty of them and haven't tested everything yet.
Yes,
because
of course.
the weather, because some of them is for the bike and so on. So, but don't worry, we will talk about it in the future. Okay, let's go back to the desk, because many people asked about other stuff on the desk as well. So
yes.
There is Olympus OMD camera, but that's already something we talked about. There's this link light. There is Shure MV7 microphone on the Rode PSA1 arm. Yeah. It's awesome. And what else is interesting? Yeah, I have this MacBook Pro connected to this display via USB-C, and the display itself has 2 USB-A ports. So I have there connected my microphone and my camera via Camlink, of course, and I don't have more USB-A ports.
Okay, so and it works reliably using this screen as a hub.
Yeah. However, today morning I had to because I just installed this Shure Plus Motif app to
manage the microphone.
Yeah, to manage settings of the microphone before the recording. And it didn't see it. I had to reconnect the monitor.
Okay.
And then it worked. Yeah. But apparently, we will see with the recording if it works good.
Yes, exactly.
But you can still hear me, so it it means it works. I don't have an Ethernet connection, so I'm on the Wi-Fi right now, but
Okay.
I think it's like I
So
measured.
you will need to get a dongle for you for Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
to,
like
Ethernet.
it depends which monitor, 27-inch monitor
yes.
I will choose. Yeah, so I don't want to buy a dongle right now
Mhm.
because on Wi-Fi, like it's not perfect, but it's good enough for now.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I measured the ping is 7 milliseconds, so it's not that bad.
And I think the monitor that Leon has, the 27-inch 4K, has Ethernet port, right?
I don't think so.
Or maybe not.
I think,
Okay.
no, I asked Leon. Leon uses Ethernet via USB 3 dongle
Okay.
connected to the monitor. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay. Moving on. So on my desk, there is airport time capsule that I use for backups and to have Ethernet connection. I used to use it for Ethernet connection to my iMac and to my Sony PlayStation 5, which is also on the. Now it's on the desk and it looks
Yes,
gorgeous.
it's there. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, and there between them are some IKEA gateway for smart lighting and my new lamp that I received from Christmas from my fiancée. And it is a salt lamp. It is a salt lamp made from Himalayan salt. It's just
Wow.
a big piece of salt.
So you're
And I
basically
checked
licking it every day.
Yes, I licked it. It's true. It's salt. Yeah, it looks awesome. It gives really nice warm light. And apparently, I haven't verified it, so it may be some BS, but it seems logical because the bulb when it's on, it produces heat.
Of course.
Yeah, so the salt is warm, and it results with air being ionized.
That's true. That's tricky.
And that helps for that's the more healthy air. Plus, it apparently it keeps the dust out of your electronic devices.
Okay.
So again, it may be some BS marketing BS, but if it doesn't, it still looks pretty cool. And I really love that gift. It was very hard to open because it is very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I found it under the Christmas tree and whoa, that's heavy. What the hell is that?
So you can use it also as a weight for your training.
Oh yeah, actually I didn't think about it. Here is how it looks like with the IKEA gateway and time capsule. Yeah, and I have also this. Yeah, I built some Lego.
Okay. Yes.
Another inspiration from you because you did it first.
Yeah.
On the last Nozbe reunion, we received from Leon this small QM keyboard, mechanical keyboard that is programmable. Yeah, and you built from the Lego set some
a case.
A case for it. So yeah, and I did the same. I used the Lego you can buy in IKEA.
Okay.
Like it cost like $15 or something like this. So from the set, I was able to put it pretty nice colorful case for this. Yeah, you have this similar case.
Yes. That's my case of Legos. Very nicely done, and the keys are in place, and there is the connector. So yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a spare USB-A port on this monitor, so I haven't connected it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's I'm planning to use it, and it could be very useful during recording to have the dedicated key, for example, to run some shortcut that will save me a timestamp of recording, and for example, some note that this is the new chapter, or here Michael sneezed, or
Yes.
Here I need to put something, etc. Yeah. So that's the idea how to use it. And other case I can use because StreamYard has now some keyboard shortcuts, so I will be able to switch camera with one key.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the idea, and I think that's almost it. One more thing I want to share that is really crucial. I've already shared it like a year ago, but this is a shelf I have under my desk, and I put iPhone there. Yeah, this is custom made by Radek.
Yeah.
And I put iPhone there, and that way I don't see an iPhone. And as a result, for example, when I taking a short break from working at the desk, and I go down to the bathroom or to the kitchen to prepare coffee or something, I don't see an iPhone, so I don't take it with me. So that way, when I have a short break, I don't look at iPhone or any other display. And I found that's very good for keeping me in focus and do some chill for my brain to rest from all the internet and displays. So that's the pro tip. Create a shelf like this, or buy one and put iPhone there when you are working.
That's true.
That's really great. So yeah, and I think that's all from my setup. Of course, all the things I will be listed in the show notes. I will prepare Nozbe How template with all of this.
Yeah, do that. And Nozbe How template for that would be awesome.
And more cool photos will be there also.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy that you got the new MacBook Pro that you finally deserved. It was a long wait because we ordered it like mid-November, so it was like 1.5 months or something. So it's good that it arrived and then it's there. And actually, Leon, who we mentioned on this episode several times, he also ordered a new MacBook Pro. So he's gonna be also upgrading his home office. I'm sure.
Be so happy.
Yes. And also one of the things you mentioned, the big screen, the big ultra wide screen that Leon has. My brother has a screen like this, and my brother has a MacBook Air, the M1 MacBook Air, and he's very happy with this setup to have the M1 MacBook Air like below the screen, and just use the big screen, this big ultra wide screen, as his main screen to manipulate Windows, and then having the MacBook Air below it with Mail or Nozbe or something, opened. So he is using his MacBook Air like this at his desk, and he's really happy with this.
Actually, that's something I have never tried, but now when I think about it, it might be even. You can call it ergonomic setup, because the problem with the ergonomics is that you put your body into one fixed position for the long time. That's the problem always. Even if you are standing, even if the monitor is on the height of your eyes.
Yes.
And that way, if you have one monitor on the eye level and one lower, you're constantly moving. You're like not constantly, but once a couple of minutes you're moving, and that's better than like looking straight for the longer period of time or looking only down.
Yes. Yeah. So that's his setup. Like, it's very simple, but I think also very, very cool pro tip for everyone who's listening and who wants to improve their setup by adding a monitor.
But when I was in Leon's home office, I compared it. I displayed some website or some text editor on this 4K 27-inch display, and it was all sharp, etc., and not hurting my eyes. But on this ultra wide, it's 1440p height.
Yeah.
So it's better than 1080p, but it's not 4K. 4K level of pixels per inch. So yeah, it's the font wasn't sharp, and
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, after after you have used my iMac 5K, you shouldn't downgrade to a non-Retina display. This is a non-starter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you should get the 27 4K or the display that hopefully at some point Apple will be shipping, which will not be, because everybody's complaining that Apple has in their offering has no 5K display, no alternative to they either offer you, I mean, they offer you these glorious MacBook Pros, but then they ask you to pay 6K for a 6K display, which is just ridiculous.
It's bananas. Yeah.
Yes, so we are hoping, I mean, the whole community of Apple enthusiasts are hoping for an Apple branded 2K as in price of $2,000 display that or $1,100, $1,500 or $2,000 display, which would be glorious, beautiful, but not super HDR like the 6K display. So we'll see if Apple gives us this, but if not, then the 27 4K display is a good option.
Yeah, and I will probably go with it. And we will see later what happens, but yeah, I think like good 4K 27 inches, max 1K, like $1,000.
Yeah. So anyway, we are running long, so I think we should cut this one short.
Yeah,
we never have time for your iPad mini.
Yeah,
review,
I have two topics still pending for 2 months now.
Yes, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I think it's a good conclusion, and it's a good inspiration that you gave us today. That one of the things you should do when planning your year and setting up for year is to shake things up, change your home office, get inspired from my blog posts, from my review of my home office, from your review from your home office, from your photos, and optimize your home office. Change it a little bit. You don't have to buy new gadgets. You don't have to buy new MacBook Pros to do that. But just the fact that rethink how it's set up. See what you can change, or like in my case, see what you can reuse. Like I can reuse my 10-year-old display, and it's useful now. Like all that stuff. It's a good idea for the new year to make the home office a little bit different, because this will also shake things up in your head and maybe inspire you for new ideas, new thoughts, and better solutions for whatever you're working on.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap up this episode. Michael, what day is tomorrow?
It's Friday, and make it a Mighty Friday, please.
Yes. Do your weekly review plan priorities for next week? Maybe rearrange some stuff on your desk to refresh it, to be more ergonomic, more productive, and learn something new, to have a great weekend. And if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to help support this show, either by sharing it with a friend or leaving us a nice review in Apple Podcast. Or the best thing you can do is to check out our great app, Nozbe Teams. So thanks for listening, and that's it for today. Say goodbye, Michael.
Okay, goodbye. Have a great Mighty Friday, and maybe use this Friday for the home office renovation that you've been thinking about. And have a great year, and stay healthy. Stay great.
This episode has not been created in the office, because in Nozbe, there is no office. Your hosts were Michael Sliwinski and Rafał Sobolewski. All the links and show notes you can find on nooffice.fm/33. The whole production process has been coordinated in a project in the Nozbe Teams app. Work is not a place to go, it is a thing that you do. Thank you, and see you in 2 weeks. Remember to have a Mighty Friday.
Don't cram 20 people on Zoom.
Fluorescent lighted office all day long. You probably are going to work from home.